That's right.
Everybody's not willing to move forward and take that step. Everybody's not willing to push past their fear of $197 or their fear of $497. And some of you have the $1297 sitting right there, and you're still afraid to take the step to move forward. So everybody's not worthy, if you will, of your pearl of great price. Everybody, you can't share that with everybody. Because when you get that pearl of great price, do know that there will be people, now it says thieves, but people, amen, who will try to steal it from you.
That's right.
Some of you have a thief who's getting ready to steal your pearl. You got to guard it. Amen. You've got to set a guard over it once you get it. We're trying to tell you how to take your power back tonight. Because some of you have relinquished it. Well, now tonight, you're going to get it back. Amen. Anyone else want to say anything before we go on?
I just want to say something about that pearl. The scripture tells us not to do what? Cast not your
pearl before swine. Come on, mother.
They don't know, swine don't know what to do with the pearl. They'll trample over it. So that is of great price. Let's go back to what you were saying. You can't tell everybody. You can't share it with everybody.
That's right. Right. It's I'm reminded some things you have to do in secret, because what is secret truly is sacred. So therefore, some things, as again, you can't share, as Mother just said, casting your pearls before swine. If you're going to sow that $12.97, you may need to take it from a place where you can't share with anyone, and you need to sow it in silence. And get the material in silence and work the plan in silence, that others may see the outward manifestation in due time if you faint not. See, some things have to be kept secret because it is sacred. Okay, but now it's stepping out on faith and doing what you need to do as the lesson is being taught tonight. Taking your power back. That $12.97 has no power over you. You got that, you can get it again. If you let it go, it'll come back. It's circulating. Because you're investing where? In yourself. Empowering what? Yourself, that you may be a benefit to yourself as well as to others. In secret. What's done is what's sown in secret, God sees and God knows. And your pots won't be dry. I promise you. Prophetess Kelly.
Amen. You know, you said two things there. I remember the second one. It was just powerful. That $12.97 has no power sitting in your account.
It has no power.
No. It is just dormant. It's laying there. It's only when you begin to circulate it that you begin to see how the power really flows.
Right.
Amen. And what I love about it, see, circulating means it goes around and it comes around. And you're going to circulate that. Come on, Prophet Thompson.
Amen. And as we're really addressing the pearl of great price.
Yes.
The pearl. Not every eye know a pricey pearl.
Come on.
And if every eye knew a pricey pearl, then costume jewelry will never have a market.
Well, all right.
And until you have the high from heaven to know a pricey thing, mostly you're just grabbing, because grab is a natural thing. The price of the pearl of great price attracts a professional thief. Not just anyone coming to steal from you. These are professionals of robbing what God has laid up for you. They sit and lurk in wait just to grab that thing that is so precious and genuine that has been released into your life. And you got to know that what you have is too good to be left out in the open, to be taken easily.
You know what? That is so good, Prophet Thompson. And I want to jump forward, but you're going to find out who that really is in a minute, and you're going to be shocked.
Oh, my goodness.
Who that really is. Because we're getting ready to put a name to
and a face to it.
And a name and a face. So hold on. Don't you go anywhere. It gets better. Amen. Anyone else? Prophet Storm, would you like to say?
Well, in the chat room, they're saying swine can't recognize the divine. That
now, you know that's out there.
Powerful truth. I love it.
Amen. Because the prophet said that the swine, the mother said the swine would just trample over it.
Exactly.
Can't recognize divinity.
Yes.
Amen. There are folk out there that cannot recognize divinity. They'll just walk all over it.
Yes, right. Exactly.
So you can't share everything, but you do it in secret, as the prophet says. And when you do it in secret, we know what the Father does. I love this. Because when you do it in secret, the Father
rewards
you
you
openly.
Yes.
Amen.
right.
You
That's
get the
right.
open display of the Father. And so go ahead, those of you that have it sitting in, and you do, I'm talking to 3 people, you just have it sitting there. It's there. You don't have to pull for this. It's no stress and no strain. You just have to go ahead and sow it. And when you do, you're going to find your whole economic system turning. I'm talking to 3 of you out here tonight. That's just 3 of you. Now, there may be more. That's just what I see. Now, Prophet, you may see something else. Maybe you see everybody with it. I see 3 of you specifically with the 1297. You need to do that. Let's go on and read on. And we're in lesson number 18, Cosmic Economics. Prophetess Angel, continue.
Okay. This doesn't mean there are people in your life who will try to talk you out of your belief that you are the power to transform your life. Though there may be small-minded folks who are envious of the plenty and possibility you are starting to manifest. A man's enemies are of his own house. But that doesn't mean you have to start being suspicious of your brother, your spouse, your father, or your friends. The enemies are not external. Everything is inside you. Your enemies are within.
Jesus.
You know what? I want you to type
Come
in
on,
the
yeah.
chat room. Just type it's an inside job. Come
Yes.
on, just type that
It's
in
an
the chat
inside
room.
job.
It's an inside job. See, a lot of us want to point the finger out there, and they made me, and this one, and that
Yes.
one. But really,
It's an inside.
it's an inside job.
Come on.
It says here so much in here. It says a man's enemies are of his own house.
That's right.
And see, we begin to interpret that the enemy lived with us in our house, whether it's our mother, our father, our sister, our brother, our husband, our wife, our children, our aunts, uncles, whatever. We begin to look outside as we normally do in our mortal body and begin to say it's them. But we fail to realize that the house is the temple
Yes.
That's right.
where you reside.
Yes.
A man's enemies are of his own
House.
house. Resides on the inside of you.
Right.
Amen. You, and you've heard this before, are your own worst enemy.
That's
It's
right.
It's true.
There's really no enemy outside of you.
That's
Let
right.
Let me tell you why, because you meet no one but you.
Oh, my,
Amen.
my.
So if you're meeting an enemy, guess what?
Inside
You're
of
meeting
you.
you in the flesh,
Come on
pressed
here.
out, shaking together, running over. Are you meeting your enemies? Amen. Because it's only you that you're looking at. Life is really but a mirror.
That's
You're
right.
looking at the reflection of who you are.
That's interesting.
Yes, it
Good.
is.
That's good.
And when you begin to go ahead and begin to see that reflection, now it's up to you to make the adjustments. Amen. Don't go look and say, oh, that's not me. That must be somebody. No. It is you. It's not the mother, the father, it's not any of those people. Your enemies are internal.
right.
They're inside.
Inside.
Amen. And how do you get those enemies out? You've got to go ahead and begin to renew your mind. You've got to begin to take your power back. You've got to begin to move forward in the spirit of power and love and a sound mind and begin to annihilate or go ahead and sabotage the plan of fear.
Wow.
Amen.
Amen.
You know something, Prophetess Kelly, if I may share something.
Yes, go right
It
ahead.
takes a very strong person or individual to go ahead on and look in that mirror and say, you know what, I accept responsibility for that.
It really does.
It doesn't lie outside of myself. I started it, I caused it, I manifested this. Now I have the power to change this. So it's not a negative thing that your enemies are within. But see, everyone doesn't want to face the truth of themselves. To thine own self be true. You can lie and fake and fool everybody else and talk a good game to everyone else, but you can't lie to the God on the inside of you, because the God on the inside of you knows. So in order, that's what we were talking about earlier. You're going to get so much more out of the Cosmic Economic Series because it's calling truth to power. It's calling you to deal with yourself. Again, we talked earlier, integrity, character. Who are you? Because money only magnifies who you are. Prophetess
Amen.
Kelly.
Amen. Thank you. Any other prophets?
Well, you know, it's,
Prophet Stone.
you know, I heard that it is a delusion of the illusion. We delude ourselves with this illusion of grandeur. You know, what it is, we have to learn to cast down those imaginations.
Yes.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bring it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of Christ. Until we do that, we're not going to have victory over our own temple.
Amen. I want you to type in
That's
the chat
good.
room, I'm taking my power back. Come on, just write that down. I'm taking my power back. I told you tonight was going to be a night of